15 astounding facts about Brunei, a land of unique oppositions and striking contrasts, captivate the imagination and spark genuine interest in anyone who becomes acquainted with this small yet extraordinarily wealthy and expressive nation. Within this compilation, we will endeavor to unveil the most vivid and remarkable attributes of this country. Despite its modest dimensions, Brunei possesses an exceptional ability to surprise and inspire admiration through its unparalleled natural beauty, culture, and way of life. Number 15. Brunei is a constitutional monarchy. Despite its small land area and modest population, it occupies a distinguished position among the nations of Southeast Asia. This is thanks to its stability, affluence, and distinctive governance. This small island nation, situated on the island of Borneo, encompasses an area of just over 5,765 square kilometers. Its population is approximately 440,000 people. Brunei shares borders with Malaysia and is bordered by the South China Sea, lending it a singular geographical appeal. The country is celebrated for its dense tropical rainforests, which constitute some of the richest ecosystems. These forests have been preserved since ancient times, with untouched natural beauty that astounds all who visit. The country is governed under the leadership of Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, who simultaneously holds two of the most critical positions. He is not only the head of state, but also the head of government. This dual role of the Sultan ensures the monarchy's exceptional stability and centralized administration. Thanks to substantial reserves of oil and natural gas, the country has attained an incredibly high standard of living for its citizens. These natural resources enable Brunei to sustain an opulent level of social welfare, as well as high-quality education and healthcare. The climate in the country is tropical. It brings constant heat and humidity, requiring residents and tourists to acclimate to these conditions. Nevertheless, the country diligently safeguards its cultural heritage, harmoniously blending modern advancements and technologies with a profound reverence for traditions and nature. Brunei is one of the few nations in the region where ancient customs and rituals coexist harmoniously with contemporary trends, creating a unique atmosphere and lifestyle. Against this backdrop, its rich architecture holds a special place. Magnificent mosques and palaces with golden domes seem to have emerged from the pages of an Arabian Nights tale. Inside these structures, everything gleams with pure gold, a vivid testament to the country's colossal oil wealth. Local residents jest that Brunei is built upon gold and oil, as these resources permeate every aspect of life. Citizens of the country enjoy numerous privileges that remain only dreams in most other nations worldwide. Education, healthcare, and housing are provided free of charge, and students pursuing studies abroad receive generous state support. Medical services are accessible at a nominal fee of approximately $1 per procedure, making quality healthcare available to all segments of the population. It is difficult to find a parallel to this country, where so many privileges and benefits are provided to its citizens. Brunei ranks among the leading countries globally in terms of the number of automobiles per capita, with approximately 2 vehicles for each resident. This statistic reflects a high degree of automotive mobility and comfort. Furthermore, there are no taxes on automobiles, significantly reducing their cost. On average, the price of a car is around 8,000 United States dollars, and fuel costs only 5 Brunei ringgits per liter, which is even cheaper than a bottle of water, priced at 1 Brunei dollar. The majority of residents prefer to drive their own cars because taxis are extremely rare. In the city, it is virtually impossible to hail a ride directly on the street. Therefore, most drivers book a taxi at least 1 hour prior to their intended journey to ensure comfort and punctuality. Bus services in the country are primarily developed to serve foreign workers, while the local population prefers to travel in personal automobiles, indicating a high degree of mobility and prosperity. These remarkable facts make Brunei a truly unique country, one that knows how to combine wealth. Number 13. This section focuses on the Sultan of Brunei, one of the most recognizable and influential leaders of contemporary times. His full name is Hassanal Bolkiah. He was born on the 15th of July, 1946. Since then, he has held a crucial position in the global political arena. For over 50 years, he has governed the country, ascending to the throne at the age of 12, just a few years after inheriting power from his father. At the young age of 21, he became Sultan, making him one of the youngest rulers in history to assume the reins of power. Under his leadership, Brunei has transformed into one of the wealthiest nations in Southeast Asia, thanks to substantial reserves of oil and natural gas, which have brought immense riches to the people and the state. In addition to holding the title of Sultan, Hassanal Bolkiah also serves as the Prime Minister, Minister of Defense, Minister of Finance, and Minister of Foreign Affairs, granting him absolute authority in all key areas of domestic and foreign policy. Although he was born in Malaysia, his wealth today ranks among the highest in the world, and his country is considered one of the most stable and prosperous nations in the region. By the year 2018, his personal wealth was estimated at approximately $30 billion, making him one of the wealthiest and most influential monarchs on the planet. Renowned for his powerful influence and the opulence with which he surrounds himself and his subjects, the Sultan provides the residents of Brunei with entirely unique living conditions. There are no taxes in the country, a rarity in the modern world. Education in schools is free and accessible to all who wish to attend, and homes provided by the state can be purchased for a symbolic fee of just $1. Moreover, this amount, despite its symbolic nature, is returned to the owners after several years, making living conditions in the country particularly attractive for citizens. His official residence, known as Istana Nurul Iman, is listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest residential palace on the planet. This palace occupies an area of approximately 200,000 square meters and includes around 1,500 rooms, over 257 bathrooms, 5 swimming pools, a vast banquet hall, and its own mosque. Majestic and luxurious, it is adorned with gold, precious stones, and expensive materials, creating an unparalleled atmosphere of wealth and power. Situated on the banks of the Brunei River, it rises as a symbol of the monarch's might and grandeur. Beyond his official duties, the Sultan is famous for his passion for luxury automobiles. His garage is a veritable treasure trove of rare and exclusive cars, numbering nearly 7,000 supercars, including top models from brands like Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, McLaren F1, and the Porsche Davis II LM. His car collection is valued at over $5 billion, and it is constantly being augmented with new acquisitions, demonstrating his boundless love for luxury and technical perfection. Number 12. Brunei has unusual and strictly enforced rules that make this country truly unique. This small, yet very tranquil and peaceful land, renowned for its serenity, attracts tourists not only with its nature and culture, but also with its distinctive etiquette. In this Islamic nation, modesty and respect for traditions are not merely recommendations, but mandatory norms of behavior. Men are advised to wear long trousers, and women are to avoid short skirts and revealing attire to demonstrate respect for local customs and traditions. In mosques, which are the most important religious and cultural centers, women should wear long black robes and headscarves, showing reverence and modesty. If you wish to sample the local cuisine, savor the dishes, but never use your left hand, which is considered unclean, as this is deemed a sign of ignorance and disrespect. Number 11. Kampong Ayer is a unique and remarkable floating village, popularly known as the Venice of the East. This village represents an entire city built on water, boasting a rich history that dates back over centuries. It is located on the Brunei River in Bandar Seri Begawan, which is the capital of the country and an important political, cultural, and economic center. For over 600 years, Kampong Ayer has preserved its distinctiveness and remains a living testament to traditional life on water, a symbol of Brunei's rich cultural heritage. The village consists of 40 small, yet very close-knit communities, each with its own characteristics and identity. These communities are interconnected by nearly 40 kilometers of wooden bridges, which stretch across the entire area covered by the water surface, reaching 10 kilometers in width. The main feature of this unique civilization is the sturdy houses built on stilts, which rise directly above the river, creating an impressive image of a living city floating on water. In total, Kampong Ayer comprises over 4,200 structures of various purposes. These include residential homes, mosques where religious rites are performed, restaurants, shops, schools, and even hospitals. All these buildings are connected by 14 kilometers of pathways and more than 29,000 bridges, making movement within the village very convenient and familiar for its residents. Although the exterior appearance of Kampong Ayer retains its traditional features, the village itself is fully modernized and equipped with modern conveniences. Essential institutions, such as schools, hospitals, post offices, and gas stations, all operate directly above the water. The people living here mostly lead a traditional way of life, but they also own cars, which are parked on land outside the floating town. The hospitality of the locals is also impressive, manifested in their simplicity and openness. Many homes keep their doors open to guests, and the tables always offer treats, tea, and snacks prepared for those who visit. Life here is no less active than on land. Everyday affairs, trade, communication, and celebrations all take place in close proximity to the water, creating an atmosphere of comfort and friendliness. Tourism has played a vital role in the development of this unique settlement. It has inspired the development of river taxis and motorboats, which have become the primary mode of transportation for both locals and tourists. Traveling on water is convenient, fast, and beautiful, as land taxis are a rare and unusual sight, used only in exceptional cases. These water taxis are not just a means of transport, but a true hallmark of Kampong Ayer, lending the entire settlement a special charm and unique flavor, making a journey through this water civilization even more captivating and memorable. Before we continue, if you're enjoying these fascinating facts about Brunei, be sure to subscribe and like this video for more content like this. Number 2. Gender rules in the education system of Brunei are a crucial aspect that deeply influences the social life of the entire country, including the sphere of education. In Brunei, strict rules related to gender segregation are an integral part of cultural traditions and religious beliefs. Educational institutions are divided into male and female schools, from primary level to university level. Boys and girls are not allowed to study together or participate in the same school activities, which is strictly regulated by government regulations. This division is considered important for preserving traditional values and religious principles, which are the foundation of the country's social structure. Particular attention is paid to the dress code for girls. They are required to wear traditional clothing that completely covers their hair and face, leaving only their eyes visible. This is one form of showing respect for religious precepts and cultural norms. For many foreigners, such restrictions may seem excessive or even harsh. However, within the country itself, it is considered an important measure for preserving national identity and spiritual values. Despite the separation, in the search for the true meaning of fair relationships, one can encounter very unusual and sometimes surprising ideas. One Bruneian blogger named Harnan explains in detail what is meant by this in their society. He explains that in Brunei, it is customary to share absolutely everything, starting from the simplest material things, such as clothing and household items, and ending with more personal aspects of life, for example, bedrooms and even cars. This approach to life implies that if one wife receives a luxurious, well-equipped, and spacious house, the husband is obliged to provide similar conditions for his other wives. If one of the women asks to purchase a new car, the husband must first consult with the other wives and obtain their consent before making a final decision. These requirements, although seemingly very strict, are due not only to traditions, but also to significant financial and emotional burdens that fall on the shoulders of men. As a result, despite the fact that the law allows for more than one wife, few men in Brunei decide to take such a step, fearing the complexity and responsibility associated with complying with all the rules and expectations. As for gender equality, it is quite noticeable and practical in Brunei. Women have almost equal opportunities with men to receive higher education and find employment in government institutions or the business sector. They actively participate in public life, which indicates a progressive view of society despite traditional norms. Overall, it can be said that there is a harmonious combination of tradition and modernity in the country, which creates a special atmosphere of equality and mutual respect. Turning to social customs and traditions, it is important to note that Brunei, as an Islamic state, adheres to strictly defined religious and cultural rules. These norms are vividly manifested in everyday life and shape the image of public behavior. For example, one significant custom is the avoidance of handshakes between men and women. In accordance with Islamic precepts, physical contact between people of the opposite sex who are not relatives is considered undesirable or even unacceptable.